Hi, wonderful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadia, and if this is your first time of coming across my video ever, please do not leave without subscribing. If you have any suggestion, you can just leave us a comment, okay? And I am the Maidens Night PRO. I promise you we are going to do the book of Job, the whole chapters, okay? But it's a lot, so we are going to be doing it in sessions, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 1. Then we are already done with the part 1, and so this session we are going to talk about the part 2. That is the continuation of where we stopped, okay? So on the first part, we got to realize the personality of Job, who Job is, and how he conducts his activities. We also got to know that Job is a blameless man, an upright man who fears the Lord and shuns evil. This is a man that makes sacrifices to God to ask for forgiveness of sin on behalf of his children, in case maybe they might have sinned in their heart against the Lord. And so we got to know the importance of us introducing our children to God at an early age. Okay, so let's quickly go down to business. Okay, so today we are doing Job chapter 1, verse 9. Okay, so that is where we are continuing. Let's read. Okay, I'll read and then be doing the explanation as well. Does Job fear God for nothing? Satan replied, have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? Okay, so this is Satan. When God had asked him, where are you coming from? And have you considered my servant Job? So it means Satan, even without God's permission, Satan had already gone to Job. Satan has seen Job. Satan has tried to destroy things that Job has, including everything that he has. And then he got to know that God has put a hedge around him. And also God is the one who has blessed him. So he couldn't do anything. So that was a report that he gave. Okay, so in our daily life, as we are serving God, people in this, especially in this our time or dispensation, when you are serving God, people thought, okay, if you're an upright man, then it means God should be able to bless you. So why are you poor? If you're an upright man, God should be able to put some hedge or a protection around you so that no evil shall befall you. But this is a case of Job. Yes, we saw all that. And then we have Satan coming in. Let's see how this will go. Okay. So all of these things, Satan is aware that if you are someone that fears God, these are some of the benefits that God gives you. And he had already gone to Job already while he was patrolling on the earth. So he had already recognized Job and then taken him into consideration, trying to tag the things that Job was having. But that is when he realized that God has put a protection, or may God put a protection around your family, your work, your business, and everything, even including your marriage, in Jesus' mighty name. May the devil never have the power over everything that you have as a child of God. May God protect your husband, your children, your wife, and everything that you do in the name of Jesus. So let's continue. He said, you have blessed the work of his hands so that his flocks and herds are spread through us. So even his flocks and herds, Satan took consideration of that. Every little thing about you, Satan is interested. Every little blessing that you think you have. Yes, God gave it to you, but Satan is already right there on time, looking for ways and means to take them away from you. If you are considering Job, why will you think about the herds, the cattle, the sheep that this man is having? Just target him alone. But he knew that when he takes these things away from him, thinking in his mind that a man will surely change his ways from the Lord. But let's continue and see. Okay. But stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. Okay. So when Satan made that discovery about the protection that Job is having from God, he also proposed a suggestion in his own spirit or to his own self that if only God could remove those protection and the blessings that he is being given to Job, he would be able to penetrate to Job. And so when God asked him, have you considered my servant Job? He did not hesitate to bring out the findings and then his suggestions, and suggesting that God should just remove his hands and then his protection from Job. Okay, so let's go on. And that Job, he is very much sure that Job is going to curse God if God does that. Okay. So the Lord said to Satan, very well, then everything he has is in your hands. But on the man himself, do not lay a finger. So God also allowed the challenge to go on because God knows Job inside out. Can God know you inside out? Can God go on such a challenge with the devil to come and test your Christian walk with the Lord? And one thing that is so painful and so disheartening is that today in our dispensation, when we see Christians going through trials, suffering, and then we see ourselves that God has blessed us and then God does not like them. How? We are in the same faith. Remember, our battle is not with the flesh and blood, but we are fighting against what? Principalities, rulers of darkness. These are wicked spirits. They are not after those lukewarm people in church. If you are in church and then you think you are serving God, but you have other things doing that you know they are not godly. The fact that you are prospering, all right, does not mean it's of God. The fact that someone is going through a challenge doesn't mean that God doesn't know the person. And in fact, let me tell you, it is the children of God that mostly suffers attack from the devil. So if you think you are free, God can give a protection. But so long as we are on this earth, this is a journey of fight. And it's like we are on a battlefield 24/7. Anything can happen. So when you are fighting your battles, do not only focus on the west, focus on the east, the south, and the north as well. Anything can come from any direction until we leave this earth to meet God. That is when we can call it a rest for us Christians. So we should take our time how we judge people when they are poor. I always tell people that ask me, okay, so if you are truthful enough and if you are serving God diligently, okay, so God is supposed to bless you, give you a lot of riches for you to live your dream life. But I can say that you can be an upright person. But I am sorry, you might not have those things at your disposal. The destiny of everyone is different, and so are our rewards in heaven. When the disciples were with Jesus Christ, okay, as Jesus was teaching them everything, you see, they were not so much free or they were not so much knowledgeable at what the glory that is being prepared for them until Jesus was taken away from them. You see how they sacrificed everything that they have and they don't care even to lose their life. Some of them were fried in oil. Some of them were crucified. Some of them were stoned. Some of them were skinned alive. So our paths are not different, and so are our rewards in heaven. Do not allow anyone to discourage you. Do not allow anyone to bring you down. If today everything is going on fine, and then you wake up tomorrow, and God has taken away everything that you think you have, down within you, you know that you have not sinned. You know that this thing that has happened to me, it is nothing of my fault. Do not leave God. That could be your trying moment of time. And even if it happens that you never recovered from it, know that God will not forsake you. There is a journey of my life, I say, with every difficult situation that I go through, with every painful situation that I go through, there is one thing I've realized, that most of them I pray to God to take me out of it. I cry, I pray, I sow seed, I do a lot of things to get out of it. But I realized that no, Some of it, at the end of it, I just realized God did not take me out of it, but He walked me through it. So at that point, it might seem that the prayers I am making for me to get out of this situation did not work. No. Some of the situation are meant for you to be taken out of it, and some of them are meant for you to walk through it. So no matter how painful it is, no matter the sacrifices that you are making, you can see that you are still going through the problem and you don't understand. Some of them, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters, and He restoreth my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for His name's sake. Yea, though I walk, you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will not fear any evil. Some of the problems you would have to walk through it. No matter the prayers, no matter the anointing being poured on you by various men of God. And this is where I have an issue of us running from one man of God to another. By the time you realize it, the little glory on your life, one man of God has just taken it off. I always tell people, find a good church and then just stay there, abide there, and then know God for yourself. Because the days ahead are very, very evil. You might have everything today and just lose it. And it could be that you never had it at all and you will never have it until the end of time. And then you will leave this earth. If you are crying today, if you are depressed, if you are frustrated, to that point that you want to take your life, you want to even kill yourself because nobody is helping you, nobody is even there hearing you, nobody is cheering you on. You don't have anyone. You are 20 years, you are 30 years. Okay. So I would say, if you kill yourself now, this earth that you've lived for so long, you knew a lot of people, you know your family, you know your uncles, you know your aunties, you have friends, you have church members, you have pastors, and nobody is helping you. And so you want to kill yourself. Fine, no problem. But even if on this earth that you know a lot of people here, nobody is listening and helping you, how much more do you think if you kill yourself and then you go to, I don't know, whether you are going to paradise or you are going to, I don't know. You don't know the journey after this life. You don't know anyone there. Even here that you knew people, nobody helped you. What about afterlife? That you don't know anyone and you are so sure that when you leave this earth, you are going to meet someone there who is going to help you. No. It's better you stay and fight till the end. All right. So today, I think I've spoken a lot instead of us going through this, and so I don't want my video to be very, very long. Okay, so I'm trying to make it very short. Okay, so the Lord said to Satan, very well then, everything he has in your hands, but on the man himself do not lay a finger. Then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. Satan went from the presence of the Lord and then started work immediately. Immediately Satan left and then he started work. Okay. One day when Job's sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house, a messenger came to Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the donkeys were grazing nearby, and the Sabeans attacked and carried them off. They put the servants to the sword, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger came and said, the fire of God fell from the sky and burned up the sheep and the servants, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger came and said, the Chaldeans formed 3 raiding parties and swept down. This is so funny. You see, that moment that Satan left, you see what he just went and did? That moment, within that same space, that same day, You see the reports that Job was receiving. Even whilst someone is speaking, he will not finish and then another person is coming with a report. You see how Satan does his things. Now sometimes you go through challenges and then we think that, oh, you are not even out of what you are going through. The one you are praying to get out of, the one you are trying your heads on to find solutions, you don't even finish solving that one and then hey, there is another situation. Your marriage has collapsed. Your child is sick. You just lose your job. Even you don't even know. Even where to lay your head is an issue. The moment Satan left, he knows that the way have been paved, the hedge around you. So quickly, he went on. Just in a single day, look at how he handled this man. Lost everything just within a single day. He did not wait and then go and come back within 1 week. Even you are lucky. The problem that you went through lingered around for 1 year before another one came. So sometimes that is how it is. It does not mean God does not love you. It does not mean God doesn't know you. If God is putting you through a test, if God is standing and saying, that's my child, I know that no matter the turmoils, the storms that she goes through, she is going to stand. Why would Jesus cry? On the cross, he was saying, Father, Father, why have thou forsaken me? When the situation is so painful, calm down, okay? It is true, just in 1 day you can lose everything. But do not lose God, do not lose heaven. It is not worth it for you to end up in hell. Hell was not made for you. But God has given us freedom and choice of worship. So you can choose to go to heaven with nothing, or you can choose to go to hell with a lot of things. Which one are you choosing? Which one are you choosing? I hope this message finds you well. That whatever that you think you have and then you have just lost it within a space of time. And now remember, it is the devil that went and tested Job on this one. Okay, so sometimes whatever that you lose, and then your pastor is going to tell you that, yeah, it is your family witches or it is any gods or someone that cares you. Okay, if God has his protection over you, nothing of a sort will happen to you. It is only when God gave the devil a chance and they removed the hedge. So it is possible that it is coming from your village witch. This attack on Job was coming from the devil. If it is in our time now, we will be running from one man to another, trying to take off the hands of the devil from us. But in all this, I am assuring you, if you can make a bold statement and also say, I came with nothing, and if it is nothing that I shall return with, and then go and be with my Lord, I will do that. Thank you. And then once again, my name is Nadia. So we are going to continue some other time. So this is the part 2 and then this is the continuation, and then I hope this message finds you all. If you are going through any challenge, and then if you need counseling, if you just need someone to talk to, if you are lacking ideas on how to move your life, you can just contact me and then we are going to help you by the help of the Spirit of God, okay? And everything is going to be fine. I want to assure you that no matter the storm, that is what I tell people. To be able to find peace in the midst of storm, to be able to find peace when things are going bad. That is the real gem of Christianity. That is it. Thank you. Once again, my name is Nadia. See you some other time with part 3.